further ado, the second speech will be delivered by Derek Ho, and it's actually it's also an icebreaker. So, Mr. Timer, please, the times are 4 minutes green, 5 and 6 minutes red. The speech is here. Derek is going to introduce himself and look into things that he can improve about his speaking skills, and look into that. Also, I am sorry. Okay. Derek is going to talk for those who would wanted to know Derek better. This is an excellent opportunity, as Derek is going to share his 3 strongest beliefs and about and ideologies about the world as a whole. Okay. Thank you very much.
Sorry,
yes.
And I have to leave.
Yes, sorry about that. And Ergin unfortunately has a call, so he has to leave right now. There's nothing to do with him escaping the evaluations.
Will you be coming back?
However, please, I can actually collect the evaluations for him afterwards and pass it along to him.
There will be a video of evaluation.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll bring it next meeting.
Okay.
So about Derek Ho and identity, please.
Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Identity. What does this word mean to you? Webster's dictionary defines identity as a distinguishing character or personality of an individual. Cambridge Dictionary has it as who a person is, or the qualities that make a person different from others. So who am I to you? Just another co-op student? Fellow coworker? Fellow Canadian? Too often, I think that we see others superficially, not knowing the ideas and beliefs that shape who they are. So hopefully by the end of this speech, each one of you will get to know my true identity just a little bit better. So today, I'm going to share with you 3 ideas and beliefs that I find significant in my life. The first belief is that culture and heritage are important. Where I came from has a significant effect in who I became. So my parents, they immigrated from Hong Kong about a year before I was born. And I was born in Scarborough, Ontario, and I lived there all my life. So because of where I came from, there are 2 parts of me, 2 parts of my heritage that are complementary and sometimes conflicting. So I'm a Chinese-born Canadian, or CBC. And one of the continuing struggles is being able to merge and meld these 2 parts of my identity together. So being Canadian came naturally. I was raised in a Canadian school, spoke English with my friends, immersed in Canadian culture since I was young. So that part of me was easily expressed and wasn't a problem. But on the other hand, embracing my Chinese heritage was a little more difficult. As a kid from a Chinese family, I was naturally forced to go to Chinese school. I didn't like it that much. I found learning was difficult. The teachers were a little too authoritarian, as traditional Chinese school tended to be. So it wasn't until, after I finished the Chinese education in grade 8, I never really looked back. And it wasn't until university where I really started to look back at my heritage and wanting to find out more about who I was. And in fact, last year I took a Chinese language course, and this time of my own volition. And I guess it's just finding my own roots as part of growing up. So the second belief I have is that if something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. During high school, I joined a lot of different clubs. I joined robotics, checked out debate club, science club. But of these things, I never really committed to it. I attended the meetings, but if I didn't really want to, then I just skipped it. Never had commitment. But one day there was an announcement about a group called PEG, Programming Enrichment Group. And out of sheer curiosity, I decided to attend the meeting. First thing I noticed was there was something different about this club. The members were excited. They had energy, passion. And the second thing was, maybe leading to the first, was that the teacher offered Polish donuts as a snack for any of the students coming. So for those of you who don't know, a Polish donut is It's like Krispy Kreme donuts, except on steroids. It's twice as fattening and twice as delicious. So the first challenge that the teacher gave to us was how to reverse a string in the programming language. I was new to programming, but after a few tries, I was able to solve this problem. And with this, I was hooked onto programming. PEG became the first club that I was truly committed to. Found something that was worth doing. Now the team spent 3, 4, even 5 days a week preparing for programming contests. And then I realized the difference, that in PEG, everyone was committed. And due to this commitment, we were able to place 3rd in a national programming competition. So if it wasn't for this club, I don't think I'd be here working for IBM today. So fast forward to last summer, and that brings me to the setting of my final point, that final belief, treasuring family. Last summer I had the opportunity to visit my parents' hometown of Hong Kong. And there I was able to see the apartments where my parents grew up in, spend time with family, see people that I hadn't seen in 10 years or longer. And I was able to visit my grandmother in her nursing home. And what struck me was how much joy she had in her expression and voice at just seeing that we'd come all the way from Canada to visit her. And there's really something special about spending quality time with family. And it may not be the most action-filled or fun-packed time, but what I appreciated was the sense of belonging and the meaning that was with each encounter. And it really encouraged me to see every family gathering as an opportunity rather than an obligation. So I hope today that each one of you had a small glimpse of my true identity. And I encourage everyone to get to know a friend at a deeper level as well. Mr. Toastmaster.